What's up, everybody? It's your boy here at DubCenTruL, Shampoo. Y'all know what the deal is. Today, I know I told you I was probably going to be doing a level up video and shit, you know what I'm saying, doing Shadow of the Colossus and Eco Collection, but the problem is that it's raining like a motherfucker. I don't know if you can hear that. It's thundering its ass off, and, I was just like, I'm just going to wait. Fuck, I'll wait till it passes. I'll probably get it later or something like that. If not, I'll probably just pick it up tomorrow. No big rush, but at the same time, I do want to play the fuck out of that game. So, hey, it'll come when it comes. It'll get when it get here. All right, but what I want to talk about is what you see above, of course. Now, whew. Full Metal Alchemist. I have a love-hate relationship for this series. Love-hate. First of all, I love this shit because it is fucking outstanding. This is a beast of a fucking series. And what am I talking about? Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist BrotherHood. Yes, Brotherhood. Don't get it twisted. Fucking excellent. Excellent. Like, I was like, yo, this shit is great, man. This shit is just beastly. Fucking just outstanding, bro. But at the same time, the reason why I'm hating this shit at the same time is because of what I went through. It's not really their fault. I mean, I'm kind of the dumbass for doing this, but at the same time, it's kind of my own fault since I'm not into like mangas and all that shit, or I didn't worry about getting kind of the backstory on the whole entertainment piece or nothing like that. So basically, what the deal is that Full Metal Alchemist came out a while ago. Okay. It was a series that was showing on TV a lot, and specifically on Cartoon Network and such. And it's the original series is what people kind of really like know it as a lot. The original Full Metal Alchemist series, and the movie that came out also, which was Conqueror Shambhala. Now, the way that I originally saw the series as was like, okay, there's Full Metal Alchemist, there. Conqueror Shambhala, the movie, and then after that you would watch Full Metal Alchemist BrotherHood. It was kind of like, a whole sequence of shit that you had to watch, full continuations. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this shit. So what did I do? I watched Full Metal Alchemist, the original series. Now I watched that shit, and then I watched Conqueror Shambhala. And by the end of it, I was like, it's okay. I mean, it's solid at best. I liked it, but I mean, it's not as great as what, I thought it was gonna be, or what it's kind of be hyped up to be. So I was like thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? Brotherhood must be a fucking just monster of a fucking beast to make up for all this shit and just to be like sick on its own. So I go to watch Brotherhood. I put on the first episode, and immediately I'm like, okay, hold on. Something's wrong here. Something's going on. What's going on here? And then I finish watching the first episode, then I start the second episode. I'm like, okay, hold on a second. I stop it immediately. I look on the internet, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. This is not the continuation of this shit. So I look online, and come to find out that I wasted all that goddamn time watching the original Full Metal Alchemist series and Conqueror Shambhala. But what I will say is that in that Conqueror Shambhala movie, that gluttony fight was beast. Like, I love that shit. That shit is fucking nasty. I love the way it was animated and everything. That shit was just beast. But anyways, I found out that I wasted all that goddamn time watching the original released Full Metal Alchemist series. And I was like, oh my god, I was so pissed. I was pissed. I was like, holy shit. I wasted all that goddamn time watching that shit. Are you telling me? Because what's happening is that Full Metal Alchemist, the original series that came out that was on Cartoon Network, all that shit was at first going at the pace of the manga and shit, but then they were getting ahead of it, so they went ahead and started putting in a whole bunch of shit that that the manga wasn't gonna have in it, because they had to pretty much make up their own kind of storyline and shit like that. And Brotherhood, which has recently just finished, really, the latest Blu-ray of Brotherhood actually came out probably like a month ago, I think, something like that. And that shit is actually the true Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the true Full Metal Alchemist. It's the pretty much the straight adaptation from the original source, which is the manga. And then so pretty much at that point, when I looked that up and I found that out, I like I said, I was upset. I was kind of pissed off because I was like, God damn it, man. And I was like, you know what? I'm not watching this shit. And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fucking watch it. I start watching it, and then something spectacular starts to happen. Fucking greatness, son. Greatness starts to happen. I'm watching this shit. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is fucking beastly. There's like no fillers whatsoever. The shit is fucking monumentally better than the original release shit. I was like, holy shit, like this shit is fucking beast. I was, get the fuck out of here, yo. And like, I couldn't put it down, man. I was constantly like, boom, 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 just constantly watching this shit. And I finished watching this Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and all this shit like a month ago, month and a half ago. I think I already said that, I'm not sure. But by the end of it, I was like, man, this shit was great. That was a great fucking series. If any of y'all like Full Metal Alchemist and you haven't seen Brotherhood, then you need to see fucking Brotherhood, because it makes Full Metal Alchemist, the original release shit, look fucking stupid as shit. It really does. It makes it like crap. Because I personally thought that the original release Full Metal Alchemist shit was okay. Like, I didn't think anything big of it. But Brotherhood is dope, man. Brotherhood is that's that shit, man. And there was a lot of improvements that were made in Brotherhood, like especially things we're dealing with, like the character design, man. Like, you watch the full original Alchemist series, and Scar looks like some fucking teenage goddamn in-sync motherfucker, thinking that he can handle him up like Beast. Like, hell no, you ain't no Beast. But you watch Brotherhood, you watch Scar and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, yo. The dude looked like he can handle his shit. You know what I'm saying? He on that manly shit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker Diesel, son, handling business. I was like, yeah, son. You know what I'm saying? They made that shit more believable. I was like, fuck yeah, do your thing. But there is one thing that I will say. There is one thing I will say that I did like better about the original series than Brotherhood. Is that, and it's not nothing huge, not nothing big. It's let me see, from the first episode of the original series up until the point when he becomes a state alchemist, I would say, I would recommend people to watch that before you even watch Brotherhood. Personally, I would say watch that before you even watch Brotherhood. And the only reason I would say that is because I honestly feel that the scenes that were, the way that it was set up in the original series, and especially key scenes that were, the way that they were presented in the original series were better than they showed them in Brotherhood. It was just a little bit better. But after that, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. But at the same time, you don't have to watch. You don't have to take that advice. You don't absolutely have to do that. Because, you know, just something with me, I just like how the original series kind of presented itself with showing the whole backstory of them growing up with their mom and stuff like that. And, you know, things like that. I think it played out a little bit better. But Brotherhood was overall just took a massive shit on the original series. I highly recommend you motherfuckers check this shit out. It will definitely be in one of my best of anime videos as soon as I can get my green screen up and doing that whole thing, without a doubt. And I'll be going more in depth into certain things. But the last thing I want to say about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the fucking beast, last thing I want to say about it is that my boy Mustang, yo. My boy Mustang. Nobody fuck with Mustang. Son, Roy Mustang is my motherfucker. That's my nigga right there. Yo, just fuck off me, son. Fuck off me, son. Get the fuck off me, son. Like, when he was destroying NVO, I was like, get that motherfucker, son. Like, heave. I was like, God, go. Like, that shit was just nasty, man. Like, that shit was beast. That shit was beast. Honestly, like, I'm not a big fan of watching anime series all over again. Like, my favorite anime series is, you know, I've said it before, but like, I've only seen that one time. You know, I find that I talk to a lot of people that, oh man, that shit was on, I'm gonna watch it over and over and over and over again. Like, I'm not that type of person. I rather kind of savor in, you know, that original experience I've had, because when you watch something over again, you already know what's coming. You know, you can already tell it's coming. You know, I mean, because you already experienced it already. The only time that I see that it's necessary to watch something over again is if you kind of had doubts about how you kind of how you kind of took it in the first time, which is why down the line I actually plan on watching Clannad or Clannad, however you want to pronounce it, all over again. I really am. I plan on doing that. But even though I'm saying that, like I've said before in my previous video, I think it's an excellent fucking show. I think it's excellent. After Story was fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? Season 1 was okay, but After Story was fucking beastly. But I still want to watch it over again. But yeah, y'all. That's pretty much it. I'm not a huge fan of watching things over again, because I like to kind of have that first kind of experience kind of just hang with me. You know, just like, it's like, oh, that shit was great. You know. But I watched Full Metal Alchemist BrotherHood, and by far just straight beastliness. Like, damn, man, great shit. But anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching like usual. Peace.